Class we are going to study about count sort. So count sort, unlike the algorithms that we studied previously, is not a comparison based algorithms. It is actually a special class of algorithms in which case we use information already available to us regarding the type of elements in the array, and using this information we basically reduce complexity of sorting from order of n log n to order of n. Specifically, in case of count sort, we know following information. First, we know that the difference between the maximum and minimum L value in the array is less than or equal to n. So we know that the difference between the maximum and minimum value is less than or equal to n. Secondly, we know that we can use some extra space. We can use extra space uh, order of an extra space basically. So if we know that the difference between max and minimum is less than or equal to n, and we know that we can use order of n extra space, then we can use count sort to reduce time complexity. So the time complexity in case of count sort is order of n. So we can use this to reduce time complexity to order of n. Now let us consider an array of elements uh, and see whether we can use count sort. It's advisable to use count sort in this particular case or not. Consider the array size uh, is around 16 elements. So and the range of the elements is from minus 3 to 5. So the first element is say minus 3, the second element is minus 1, the third element is 2, the fourth element is say 4, the fifth element is say 1, the sixth element is say minus 1 again, the seventh element is say 0, the eighth element is say 5, the ninth element is say minus 3, the 10th element is say 2, the 11th element is say uh, 5 again, the 12th element is say 1, the 13th element is say minus 2, the 14th element is say 0, the 15th element is say minus 3, and 16th element is say 5. If you can see, in this particular case the maximum value is 5 and the minimum value is minus 3. Difference between maximum and minimum is so max minus of min equal to, in this case, 5 plus of 3 equal to 8, right? Which is, and n is equal to 16. 8 is less than 16, so we should and if say we can use order of an extra space, then it's advised here to actually use count sort to reduce time complexity to order of n, which is order of 16 and not order of n log n. Okay, so that is one case where we are advised to use count sort. Okay, second second case, let us consider the case where we are not advised to use count sort. So let me delete this array. Or, so now consider another array. Say this array just has 5 elements now, but the range is very huge, 100, and then there is an element 0, then there is an element say 20, and then there is 40. Uh, so there is more space, so we can add more than 5 elements. So there it has 7 elements, 50, then say we can add there is 15, and the very element is say 70. Okay, so now if you see, the minimum here is 0 and the maximum here is 100. N is actually number of elements in the array is actually 7. So if you see, the max minus of min is actually not less than or equal to n. So no count sort here. We should not use count sort here. Okay. Now let me go further into explaining what exactly is count sort. In order to explain count sort, let me take example of an array of size 10. Consider that there is an array of size 10, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10. The elements are in the range say -2, 2 plus 2, -2, 0, and then there is 2, there is 1, there is say -1, there is -2 again, then there is 0, there is say -1, 2, 0, -1. Okay, so in order to use count sort, we actually convert the array first. So the a count sort has various steps. First step in count sort is basically to convert the array to the range 0 to max minus of min plus 1. So first step is convert array from 0 to max minus of min plus 1. For this particular array, the max value is, what is the max value? 2, and the min value is minus 2, right? So in order to convert the array from 0 to max minus of min plus 1, we will add to each of the elements the minimum value, or subtract from each of the elements the minimum value. Okay, so we'll subtract from -2, minus of -2, which becomes 0. We subtract 0, minus of -2, it becomes 2. 2 minus of -2 becomes 4. 1 minus of -2 becomes 3. Minus 1 minus of -2 becomes 1. Minus 2 minus of -2 becomes 0. 0 minus of -2 becomes 2. Minus 1 minus of -2, 1, and so on. 4 and 2 and 1, right? So this is the first step. Basically we converted the array from range 0 to max minus of min plus 1, which is 0 to max minus of min. Okay, from 0 to max minus of min. Okay, secondly, we basically convert this initial array to a count array, which keeps count of all the elements in the array, right? So convert initial array, convert array, no, not exactly the initial array, array in step 1, array in step 1 to count array, to count array. The way to do it is, first of all, we need to initialize count array. Size of the count array will be max minus of min plus 1, which is equal to, in our case, 2 minus of -2 plus 1, which is 5. So there will be 5 elements in the count array. Now what we'll do is, we'll go through each of the elements in array 1, and corresponding to each we will keep on incrementing the value at that particular index. So initially all the values are 0. We scan the first value in array obtained in 1, which is 0. So we go to index 0. We go to index 0 and increment the value here to 1. Okay. Next we go to index, now the value is 2. So we go to index 2, increment the value here to 1. Okay. Now what we do is, we go here, index 4, increment the value there to value 1. Okay. Next we go here, we increment the value at index 3 to 1. Now we go here, we increment the value at index 1 to 1. Okay. Now we come here, index 1 already has value 1, so it becomes 2. Next we go here and we increment the value at index 2 by 1. 2, so it becomes 2. Now we go here, so we increment the value at index 1 by 1, so it becomes 2. We go here, we increment the value at index 4 by 1, it becomes 2. We come here, we increment the value at index 2 by 1, it becomes 3. We go here, increment the value at index 1 by, so this becomes 3. Okay, so the original array, count array, is actually, let me rewrite this, 2, 3, 3, 1 and 2. Now the third step is convert count array to sorted sorted array. So what we do is we use the count array which was here to basically get us a sorted copy of array 1. In the way to do it is we initialize a pointer which is initially 0. Okay, we keep on accessing the elements at count array. So count array is 2 3 3 2, right? 2 3 3 1 2, and the array has 10 indexes, so 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 1 2 3 4 5 6 8 9 10. What we do is initially we I is 0, and the value we keep at I equal to 0 will be 0, the index here, right? So we keep 0 here. Next I becomes 1, and the value here increases to 1. Because the value is still non-zero, we even at index 1 we keep value 0. Next I becomes 2, but the value here becomes 0 then, right? So we no longer have any zeros. Okay, so what we do is at index 2 we keep we keep 1. Okay, this becomes 2 now. Now and I becomes 3, we make this 1 and keep 1 here. Next I becomes 4, and this becomes 0, so we keep one more value here. We keep on doing that till we cover the entire array. So this becomes 2 2 2, and then there is 1 1 here, and then there is 2 2 2 3 here, and 4 4. Okay, next the fourth step to get the sorted array back, original sorted array, is basically we add we now what we do is we add min to each of these values. Add min to each of the values. So to first index we add -2, it becomes -2. To the second index we add -2, it becomes -2. To the third one we add -2, it becomes -1, then -1, -1, and then 0 0 0, and then this is 1, and then there is the 2 and 2. So this is the sorted copy of the original array. If you can see how many -2s are there, 1 and 2, and then there is how many -1s are there, 1 2 and 3, and so on. So this is if you would we actually sorted the initial array here using count sort. So yep, like this basically explains count sort. There are 4 major steps to count sort. One is we we convert each element of the array from in the range 0 to max minus of min. How we do that is we basically add subtract the minimum from each of the elements in the array. Next in the step 2, we convert the array in the range which we obtained in step 1 to a count array. In order to do that, we basically corresponding to the values at a particular index, we update the count array corresponding index and increment the value there by 1. Next, what we do is we convert count array back to a um, sorted version of count 1 of array in step 1, and next we get the original array by subtracting minimum adding minimum to each of these values. So this basically gives us the sorted array, and the technique we used here is count sort. So now we are going to study how are we going to implement count sort. Before we start the implementation though, let us recapitulate what all things, what all steps does a count sort has. So first step before anything is we need to find max and minimum elements in the array. Find max comma min, right? The second step is convert the array to range 0 and max minus of min, to max minus of min. So the way to convert it is subtract from each element of the array with the minimum value. Third step is get the count sort array. Sort array using the array in step 2. In step 2, fourth step is basically using the count sort array to get sorted version of array in step 2 of the array in step 2. And fifth is basically getting original sorted array from original sorted array, original array in sorted order. This we actually get by adding the minimum element to each value in the array, the sorted array we are talking about in step 4, right? So that gives us the sorted original array, or original array in sorted order. Now let us see how are we going to implement it. So let us name the method count sort. This method expects an array and sorts that array using count sort. So we are naming the method count sort. This method expects an array. So first step is basically get min max. Okay, the second step is get a convert array to range, 0 to max minus of min. Now the third step is get count array from the get count array. Fourth step is convert count array to sorted array in range 0 to max minus of min. And last step is convert array in range 0 sorted array in range in range 0 to max minus of min to original sorted array. Okay, so these are the 5 steps. Now, before we start, let us take length of the original array in a variable n. For integer I equal to 0, I less than n plus I. Okay, let us initialize. Before this, let us initialize two values. Max would be integer dot minval, and min would be integer dot max value. Okay, integer num equal to a of I. If num is less than max, is greater than max, then max equal to num. If num is greater than min, is less than min, then min equal to num. So after this loop, basically we should have our min and max value populated, right? Now we need to convert the original array to range 0 to max minus 1. The way to do this is subtract each of the entries in the original array by min, right? So we iterate over the original array again. I equal to 0, I less than n plus I. Okay, a of I is equal to min. So this would convert all of the entries in the range min minus of max, 0 to min minus of max. Now we want to get the original count array. Now count array size would be, so let us name it count equal or maybe just c equal to new integer of so the size would be max minus of min plus of 1. Okay, for integer I equal to 0, I less than n. In order to get the count array, we will iterate over all the elements, over all the elements of the now modified array, and basically at the using the value at that index, we will increment the corresponding count array by 1. Okay, so the value at index I here is say num. This is also the index, so let me name it index. Okay, and I will do index. Well, I will increment the value at index in the count array by 1 every time I see that value in a, the modified a. Now we have the count array populated. Now we need to use this count array that we obtained here to get the array in range 0 to max minus 1 but in sorted order. Okay, so how do we do that? We basically for initialize integer index say which is 0, initially it is 0, and it should while index it should actually reach value n, because it should fill all the indexes of original array. So it should reach value n, and the value that needs to be populated is if what we do is if say count at now index, so there is another index which is the index of the count array, index in the count array. Okay, so we do take two indexes, index 2. Okay, if c of index 2 equal to 0, then basically we increment index 2, but we don't increment index 1 because there is no value to add in array A, so we don't increment index 1, but we actually increment index 2 and do a continue. Okay, now but if it is not greater than 0, if it is not 0 now anymore, okay, then basically there is a value that we can add to array A. What we do is we do a of index 2, a of index 1. Basically we add value to index 1 which the value will be equal to index 2, because that gives us the corresponding value in array A. Okay, and then what we do is we increment index 1 by 1. We do count of index 2 minus minus. So we decrement the count because now we have used that value and populated it in array A. So now we decrement the value here. Okay, and we basically increment index 2 only if the value at that particular index in count array is 0. Then we increment index 2, and we increment index 1 whenever we have populated one value in array A. Sounds good. Okay, so now we have this sorted array in range 0 to max minus 1. Now we need to get the original array A in sorted order. So for that we basically add min to each of the values. Now for integer I equal to 0, I less than n, plus plus I. Okay, A of I plus equal to min. So this gives us the original array A in sorted order. Let us see. Okay, let me go through the code once. Count sort, initially length is we took the length in n. We get the num, max and the minimum. We basically get the max and the minimum here, and next we convert the arrays to range max 0 to max minus of min. We get the count array using this. Okay, okay, and then we basically using the count array. Now we get the original array. We get the array in range 0 to max minus 1 in sorted order. In order to do that, we basically, if say the value at this index is 0, we what we do is we basically say, okay, value at this index is 0, continue, and next, if say this value is not 0, we basically initialize that value, and we increment the index 1, we decrement the count, and now in order to, okay, yeah, this sounds good. So let us test it with the one use case. So A, integer array A equal to, let us take some use case similar to what we took in right, like -3, 0, 2, 3, 1, -1, 4. So I'm taking it from range -3 to say 4. Okay, so 0, -2, 2, 1, -3, and then 4 again, maybe, then -1, then 2, then 0. This sounds good. Okay, now let us call count sort on A, count sort of A, and print that system.out.print the sorted array. So this should basically print array in sorted order to string. So though I'm coding here in Java, the coding in C++ should be very similar. So let us compile it. Java count sort. Okay, so this basically seems to be sorted. We are going to analyze time complexity of the loop. Let us see which all loops are there of the code. So let us see which all loops are there. The first loop is here. This is the second loop. This is the third loop. This is the fourth loop, and this one is the fifth one. Right? Is there any other loops? No. So what will be the time complexity? So for this piece, this loop here, it is basically it goes from 0 to n minus 1, because at n it stops. So this is order of n, right? Now this one, this is again order of n. This one, this is again order of n. For this one, it's interesting actually. So what may happen is, for each of this index 1, it may actually go to very end of the count index, and then it may start incrementing index 1. So the total complexity for this one is order of n plus of order of max minus of min, which we know that it is less than n. So say it is order of k, or at max order of n, which is actually equal to order of n, right? And then this one, which is again order of n. So as such, the time complexity is order of n. So what is the time complexity in the so this is the time complexity in the worst case, in the best case as well, because anyways we will be going through the loops all the time. So the time complexity remains same, which is order of n. Okay, now what about the space complexity of this algorithm? So if you see here, we have initialized this array, but apart from that, all other values are kind of occupying constant space. So the space complexity at max can be, because we say that we use it only if max minus of min is in order of n, with less than or equal to order of n. So the space and time complexity, we can say, is also order of n in the worst case. So yep, that is the space and time complexity of count sort. And yep, I already told about the 4 steps which we use for count sort. Count sort is mostly used if we already know that the input is an array of integers where the max minus of min is less than or equal to n, and it gives us a better time complexity as compared to other comparison, as compared to the comparison based algorithms. So it's used many times. And that's it for this class. Catch you next time with the class on Redux sort. Thank you.